Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program Blessings of Islam. Today we'll discuss the power of saum or fasting as it helps develop patience. Now, if we talk about patience, this is something that is very important in our life. Whether the aspect is, personal or professional, patience is very important. This is something that is required in different terms of our life. For example, if we are a professional, so patience is required there. If we are dealing with the personal aspects of our life, so patience is required there. So patience is required both at work and both at home. So this is something that is one of the qualities of a person who is effective in all the terms of life or in all aspects of life. So if we have a closer look at the month of Ramadan, so we read in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that this month of Ramadan is the month of patience, shahru sabri, and we read in the Holy Quran, Shahru Ramadan allazi unzila fihi al-Quran, that this month of Ramadan is the month in which the Quran has been revealed. So the month of Ramadan is the month of revelation of the Quran. Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan, and the message of the month of Ramadan is the message of patience, to have patience in your life. So when you are fasting, what happens? It helps you develop patience. We read in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Was-sawmu nisfu sabri, wat-tuhuru nisful iman." That patience is the half of saum or fasting, and cleanliness is half of faith or half of iman. It means that among the many other requirements of fasting or saum, one of the most important requirement is to have patience. When you are fasting, you are having a self-control. You are having, you are feeling hunger, you are feeling thirst, but you avoid food, you avoid water. Why? Just because you want to please Allah Almighty, you want to have the pleasure of Allah Almighty, you are doing all this for the sake of Allah Almighty. That is why we read in the hadith that the reward for saum is, or for the fasting is from Allah Almighty. Allah says, I will reward it. I will reward the person for this act of worship. It means that there is gonna be a special reward or something unparalleled for the one who fasts. So all this requires you to develop patience, and this act of worship, it becomes a habit of a person to practice patience as a result of the act of worship, that is fasting. And as a result of fasting, you have control over your desire, and you have control over your anger, and you have a control over your own self. For example, there is a state of mind, you are facing any difficulty or any problem in your life, and you might be angry with someone, but you are in the state of fasting and you are not supposed to say anything bad, and this is a sort of training for you. And this patience or sabr is one of the qualities of believers, and Allah says in the Holy Quran, Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin, Allah is with those who observe patience. So this is one of the qualities of believers. So the outcome of fasting is, of course, having consciousness, and the outcome of fasting is, of course, to protect yourself from all those actions that are against the pleasure of Allah Almighty, that all those actions that displease Allah Almighty, and with that you develop different qualities in your personality, and one of those is, of course, to have patience. So when you perform this act of worship, when you observe fast, when you observe saum, so it brings you so many blessings, and it makes you a person who is having emotional intelligence, who is good in emotional intelligence, who is having an understanding of emotions of others, who is having control on his own emotions, and he is not losing his control. And this ultimately makes you a person that is good for everyone, that is beneficial for everyone, for all those who are around him. So when you practice Islam, you become a blessing for all those who are around you. It means that Islam makes your life beautiful.